What up, free bosses? I'm Ian, and in this video, you're going to learn some advanced Facebook advertising tips and strategies. We're going to talk about the different custom audience types. So for example, there's video views, engagement, events and site traffic, customer lists, and then there's lookalikes. So let's jump into it. So first, custom audiences. Now, if you don't know what a custom audience is, basically it's an audience that you created based off of your ads and how people responded and the actions that they took from your ads. So if they clicked on your ads, that would be like an engagement. If they landed on one of your landing pages, that would be like a site traffic. If they viewed a certain percentage of your video, that would be like a video views audience. These are just different custom audiences that are basically made up from you based on your ads and your previous engagement that you've had from your Facebook page. So the main thing with custom audiences is really the time frame. You really want to keep your time frame small, or at least have a good strategy behind what you're determining is your time frame. So if you're using your custom audiences the right way and you're using it for retargeting people that have already engaged or responded with your Facebook page, then you want to have small time frames. So typically my time frames will either be like a 7-day, a 14-day, 30-day, a 45-day, a 60-day, or I'll just create the maximum time frame, which will either be like a 90-day, 180-day, or a 365-day custom audience. Now, these different types of custom audiences all have different time frames of what their maximum is, just depending on what the audience type is. We'll talk about that later in the video though. So custom audiences are great for inclusions and exclusions. So when I say inclusions, obviously you want to target the people in the custom audience, like if it's a video views and they watch 10% of the video, 10 seconds of the video, or if they watch 25% of the video, you can include them, you can run an ad just to those people. Or for exclusions, like if you have a customer list, or if you have people that visited your thank you page, then you want to exclude them from your ads because you don't want them seeing your ads, because chances are they already turned into a customer, so you don't want to keep marketing to those people, right? So inclusions and exclusions are pretty big, and you really want to use that to the best of your abilities. Now basically, you have to remember that custom audiences are based off of previous actions that your prospects have performed. Like I said before, they've watched a video, they've clicked on an ad, they've visited a landing page, things like that. Custom audiences are great for retargeting people, reminding them about your brand, and then pushing them further along in your sales funnel. So let's say that you run your initial ad and they watch a certain percentage of your video, but they don't even click on it. You can retarget them based on the video views percentage watched to be able to run an ad on them again, and the second time around, hopefully they'll actually click it this time. So now that they actually click on it, now you can have them in your engagement type audience, right? They've clicked on one of your ads. So let's say that they land on your landing page. Now they're in your site traffic or in your events type of audiences, and you have these audiences based off the people that have visited that page. Then if they actually opt into your page, put in their lead, and they're in your thank you page, and now they're in your ecosystem for sure, now they're in your thank you confirmation type of audience, and now you can actually use them as an exclusion because they've actually done exactly what you wanted them to do. And you can retarget them to push them through the sales funnel, because many people won't perform that whole journey on the very first time that they see your ad. Sometimes they need reminding. Maybe they're watching their your ad or their video while they're in line at Starbucks, and then they got to put their phone away because now it's time to order. So then you want to retarget them for when it's maybe a more convenient time for them to actually click on the ad, read the stuff on your landing page, then opt in. So custom audiences are huge for retargeting, and retargeting, I would say, is about 70% of the actual process of running Facebook ads. Because if you're just running cold traffic for your Facebook ads, you're probably not going to see the greatest results if you're not doing retargeting. You need to have a heavy follow-up sequence and follow-up ads to really help push those people through your sales funnel. So audiences are actually shareable. So if you have a bunch of custom audiences in your ad account and then something happens with that ad account, because Facebook is always liking to disable ad accounts just for the smallest little things, they just turn off your ad account. It's very frustrating. But you can share those assets that you can create. These custom audiences are assets, basically. You can share them with other ad accounts, other business managers, and things like that. You can also create lookalikes from them. Now I'll go into what lookalikes are near the end of this video, but lookalikes are awesome. They are so cool. But you definitely need a custom audience in order to create the lookalike. And basically a lookalike is a mirrored version expanded on of what a custom audience is. So let's say that you just had 1,000 people in a custom audience of people that actually visited your landing page, right? So these are actually the people that opted in to whatever you're trying to sell them. You create a lookalike of those 1,000 people, and you're telling Facebook, hey, go find me 1 million or 2 million more people of the people that look just like these 1,000 people. And then Facebook will go and they'll find out and they'll create this audience, a lookalike audience that you can then target, and those will be like cold traffic, top of funnel, basically people that have never heard about you or your company that you can now run an ad to try and bring them into your overall ecosystem. So video views. Now there's a bunch of different kinds of video views and different strategies you can do with the video views custom audiences, but basically you have your 3-second, your 10-second, your 25-second, your 25%, 50%, 75%, 95%. These are the different percentages of the video. So you can select the different videos that you want to actually include in the audiences. You can also select the time frame, and you can select multiple Facebook pages. So a really great strategy with Facebook is if you use maybe 3 different pages. So let's say that the first page is your actual company brand page. And then maybe you have a blog website that's related to your company brand page. So let's say that you're a yoga company, right? And you're selling yoga products. Your first page is going to be your branded yoga product page. Then the next page is your blog page. So let's say that you run a blog as well as running your yoga business. You run a blog that's all about yoga products, yoga stuff, everything yoga, right? Then your third page is maybe like an influencer page. So maybe it's you as an entrepreneur, that's your third page. So you're running these ads as your, normally, you'd run them as your branded page, but if you ran an ad using your other page, like your blog website page, then people are gonna see this ad that's being displayed by a third party to them, which is going to add a lot of credibility and increase their trust level for your actual brand because they're seeing these ads displayed from multiple sources. So they're kind of, in their mind, you're gaining more authority, trust, credibility, all that kind of stuff. So that's where it's cool with video views, is because you can create these audiences based on the video views from other different pages. So from page A or from page B, you can create all these different video views with different time frames. People that have watched 10 seconds within the last 7 days, you can retarget them to get them to watch video B, stuff like that. Now engagement. Engagement is really based on a lot of different things. People that visited your actual page, they engaged with any post or ad, so they've actually liked, commented, or shared it. They've sent a message to your page. They saved a page post. I don't ever really mess with saved page or post or anything like that. I pretty much just do like the whole thing where they've like engaged with that whole like page, which pretty much umbrella covers everything. And you would just want to have a small time frame, really. You want to do like a 7-day or a 14-day, because chances are if they actually liked one of your ads, they watched the video, but they didn't actually click on it or they didn't actually convert, you want to retarget to them, because chances are you can get them to actually convert at a higher level because they've already engaged and took an action on your ad. So there's a very high probability that you can get them to actually convert. So the max time with engagement, just like I said before, that some are like 90 days, some are 180 days. Engagement actually has 365 days, so a whole year of time of people that have engaged with your Facebook page. You can then retarget all those people and run an ad on those people. Now, events and site traffic. So this is actually pretty crazy. With what I've noticed with Facebook ads is that it's different for different ad accounts. Facebook is all about rolling out features and having some people use those features, then other people don't even have access to those features in their ad account. But what I've noticed is that you can make custom audiences based off of events, which events or event codes is basically you can put this code on an actual page in your funnel, whether they add payment method, initiated purchase. If you don't know what event code is, watch a previous video or just do a quick Google search. But in some ad accounts that I've seen, you can create custom audiences based off of the event pixel fires. In other ad accounts, you pretty much just need to use the URLs, and that's the whole site traffic type of thing, where if they visited these specific URLs, or if the pages that they visited contained these certain keywords from this URL, then you can create audiences based off of that. So it's really, really cool stuff, because if they visited, let's say, your sales page, but then the next page after that was your actual like billing, ad payment type of page. So if a lot of people visited the sales page, but they didn't actually take the next step to look at the billing ad payment info page, then you can retarget them to try and push them to that billing ad payment info. And then same with the other way. If all these people visited your billing page where they put in their credit card information, stuff like that, but they didn't visit the actual thank you page, then that means that obviously they didn't convert, they didn't opt in, right? So you want to retarget them hard, because if you just can kind of push them over the edge, you can get all those people that visited your order page to actually convert. So same with like a shopping cart website. If they've visited if they added something to their cart and they visited their whole cart section, but they didn't actually purchase, you can retarget them really hard to get them to actually, finalize that purchase and do cool stuff like that. Another really cool thing with these site traffic is you can retarget based on the time spent on site. So the top 25% of people that spent the most time on your website, or the top 10% of people, or the top 5% of people, these are obviously pretty qualified people if they're spending this much time on your website. So you definitely want to retarget them hard, and you can create lookalikes based on all these different things. So again, if people visited your order form page but didn't convert, you create a lookalike of the 1,000 people that visited your order form page, and then you test running traffic to that lookalike. If they are the top 5% of people that spent the most time on your website, then you create a lookalike of that, and chances are that may be a pretty good lookalike audience. I've actually had some really good success with creating lookalikes based on site traffic. So I'll create this huge audience of and usually the more people in the custom audience, the better your lookalike is going to be. So think of it like averages. Like if you took the average of 100,000 people versus if you took the average of 100 people, a lookalike is basically doing that. So if you had 100,000 people, you're going to have more data there to create the lookalike audience. There's going to be more data for it to kind of pull from, where with only 100 people, it may not have the most amount of data. But everything is definitely worth testing, because I've had some experience with both lookalikes from small audiences and then lookalikes from big audiences as well. So it's definitely worth testing. Now you can also do things like inclusions and exclusions. So exclusions, if like they visited the thank you page, you want to exclude them out from your current ad sets. Inclusions, like if you're actually targeting them, and if they've spent, if they visited page XYZ, then you definitely want to retarget them to get them to visit page F, or whatever. You want to try and push them to the next place in your sales funnel. Now, customer lists. So this is just like what I was saying with whole lookalikes and exclusions. You export out all of your customer lists from your sales platform, whether it's Shopify, WordPress, ClickFunnels, wherever it is, even on Amazon. If you can do like an append to get your Amazon customer data, you create an Excel spreadsheet, you make it as a CSV file, and then you can import that into Facebook. And you can import that as a customer list and like a custom audience, or you can import it as offline conversions. Now, what's really cool about this is that, so just like I said, Amazon, obviously Facebook would have no idea that all those customers happened in Amazon, but if you then import those customers into Facebook, now you can exclude those people, but you can also include those people for running. Maybe you want to sell a different product to those people, or maybe you want to create a lookalike from those people, and now you have a great lookalike audience to target. If you're excluding them, you don't want to keep running ads to them, so you want to take them away from all your marketing efforts because they've already been sold on your main product. So you can really do a lot of crazy things. Oh, another thing with customer lists is you can create this Excel spreadsheet, again, a CSV of your highest spenders on your customer list. So let's say that it's like the top 300 people or whatever that have spent over $1,000 with you. So you create this custom list of them, then you import that into Facebook, and you can create a lookalike based off of the highest spenders, and Facebook will go find people just like that. And I've actually had some good success with creating lookalikes from high spender lists. Now, Facebook has a feature called LTV, lifetime value. It's like You import in that data. I've tested around with this, but I haven't seen the greatest results from using the Facebook's LTV. I've seen better results by doing it manually myself, where you literally make that CSV file of your high spenders, and then you import that in as a customer list, create a lookalike from that, and do some cool stuff like that. Lastly, on customer list that I want to chat about is audience insights. So once you import in your customer list, you go into audience insights and you can get a lot of data about that custom audience that you have there, that custom audience, which is your customer list, right? You can look at their age, you can look at the other page likes that they've liked, you can look at their geolocations, you can really pull some good information out about your customer list. Now, depending on your customer list, you may already have a good amount of data as far as their location, right? You have their shipping address right there, maybe their phone number as well. You can see their area code and stuff like that. But when you import it into audience insights, you can look at the different page likes that those people have liked, and then you can kind of target that kind of stuff for your cold targeting when you're trying to bring new people into your sales funnel. Now, lookalikes. So I've already talked a lot about lookalikes and how awesome they are. I'm a huge fan of lookalikes. And as you get a ton more data, as you're running your business and you really start to gather a lot of data and you're putting a lot of data into Facebook, you can pretty much run your whole business just purely off lookalikes. But what you can also do, actually, now that I think about it, is once you start to put in a lot of data into Facebook and your Facebook pixel starts to gather all that data, you can literally start to target no one. Like, you literally leave the targeting open. You don't select a custom audience. You don't do any kind of Facebook audiences that are like interests or demographics or behavioral based. You just leave it completely open, and you just target women that are age 30 to 50 or whatever. And then what happens is the pixel will use the information and all the conversions. Let's say there's 5,000 conversions that are in your Facebook pixel. It'll use that data to then pick out of the, let's just say it's like 100 million person audience. It'll use that data and it will literally display the ad to those people that are just like the people on the pixel. We've actually had a massive success with just having no targeting, and it's mind-boggling. It's nuts. I still don't understand how that works, but we will literally, because our pixel has so much data, we run a conversions campaign. We literally target no one, or we do it very minimally. Like, we'll experiment. Maybe this ad set will just be targeting men aged 40 to 60. This ad set will be targeting women aged 40 to 60. But that's literally it as far as targeting, because we have so much data already in our pixel and in our offline conversions and all that kind of stuff. So that is the subjects, the topics that I wanted to really get out there in this video regarding custom audiences. I hope that you were able to take away some little small golden nugget, at least some value from this video. And if you're not yet a member of our Facebook group, then go to freebosslifestyle.com. Join our Facebook group. We've got a ton of videos in there. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.